1, the semifinal contest featuring the University of Tampa Spartans and the Florida Atlantic University Owls. Joey, what do you think about this tournament and what we're going to see here in Game 1?
Oh, Henry, I'm popping out of my seat up here in this broadcast booth, my man. I can't believe we're, a minute 30 from puck drop? Here we go, man. I am so excited. Couldn't think of a better place to be than in Wesley Chapel right now. We got a great game here. Game of the week, I want to say, after this. What a slate we got ahead of us, man. It's going to be a great weekend, and can't wait to kick it off here with these two great teams playing against each other.
Yeah, for sure. We got two great matchups. We got UCF taking on USF in our second game later on tonight. And, of course, the winner of these two games will play in the championship tomorrow. And the two losers will be taking place in a third-place game, with the loser of that game being relegated and not being allowed back. What do you think of that format, Joey? It's pretty tough.
Pretty tough, man. Talk about no Thanksgiving there, you know what I mean? I mean, really, we talked about it in the pregame show, adding that extra sort of if you lose, you're out kind of thing. It's going to bring a lot to these games and probably even make these two games a little bit harder. Nobody wants to be playing in that third-place game. Everybody wants to be playing in the championship game for the trophy, and obviously nobody wants to not come back next year. So I think we're in for some really good hockey, and really happy and pleased with the decisions that the conference has made to make the tournament turn out this way, and I think we're really in for a good one here, folks.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody should be amped up. I mean, we got special jerseys for all four teams.
Man, take a look at this. Take it all in. Look at these referees here, man, with the lifeguard jerseys on. I love it, dude. Love it.
So it looks like we're going to be getting going here shortly.
So speaking of this, I think the last time these two teams met, maybe about a month ago, early in the season, you know how this club hockey stuff is. Sometimes you don't always have your best team, really. You're just trying to get your legs under you. Two big losses for UT. FAU kind of came in and really smacked these guys around a little bit. Took 6 points from the weekend. What do you expect to see different here, Henry?
Yeah, no, I was going to say, like, whenever UT traveled across the state and went over and played Florida Atlantic, the first two, it was pretty early on in the season, too. Like you said, they got beat pretty good. But I think that Tampa's really started to turn the corner a bit. They've won 5 games in a row coming into this. So I think they're really kind of finding their form right now. And it's going to be tough for Florida Atlantic to beat Tampa 3 times.
Definitely. So, that's not something you can do against a good team.
Yeah,
definitely.
And like I was going to say, too, like I think we're all in agreement that Florida Atlantic's definitely the best overall team.
They are number 1 in the power rankings.
Yeah, and they should be. So we're going to have a
it's going to be an interesting one tonight, man. That's for sure. I really can't wait. Jeezy peasy. The clock is up. Drop the puck already. Am I right?
I know. This can be this. We've got both these matchups are honestly like the ideal matchup. So you couldn't have picked them better.
Definitely. No, and I, as we said earlier, can't wait for that War on I-4 feature tomorrow. Or excuse me, later tonight.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, both these games are going to be good. Hopefully they live up to the hype and that we get some close ones.
Definitely.
So we're going to have
just
some
taking a
sort
look
of
at things from up
ceremonial
here.
puck
Yeah,
drop.
we got something going on here. Rolling out the red carpet. I was going to say, I thought you were down there, but you're up here. So.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah.
No red carpet for Henry today, huh?
Not today.
Just wait for that trophy presentation, and then we'll see him down there. Just taking a quick look around the arena here. It's starting to fill in. We're about 10, 15 minutes from puck drop. Definitely look like we got a full bar and grill across the way. Really, really happy with the crowd that's turning out here. Obviously haven't started the games yet, but we got some good energy here in the building. What do you think, Henry?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we're going to see more people filtered in as we go along, too, especially with USF, you know, the hosting home team. I think that, you know, their game, once their game gets a little closer, we're going to see this place really starting to fill up. And yeah, I think it's going to be a great crowd on hand.
Definitely, man. Yeah, and if you're somebody in the Wesley Chapel, Tampa area, honestly, even if you live in Florida, why not make a drive and come down and catch a great weekend of hockey?
If you're not here, then, like, what are you doing? Like, this is the place to be right now.
You heard it here first, folks. If you're not here, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And here we go. We got some special folks coming out for the puck drop. Throw it over to our PA announcer. two very special members of the community out here for a ceremonial puck drop. And what a great way to kick off the tournament.
All right, welcome back. And for those of you at home who couldn't tell, that was Sonia Bryson Kirksey from the Tampa Bay Lightning singing the national anthem.
What a voice, Henry. What a voice.
Yeah.
Almost like a warm glass of milk and a thing of cookies. I mean, it just hits the spot.
Nothing says Tampa quite like that, so.
I'll tell you. And here we go, folks. They're rolling up the red carpet, and that means it's time for game time.
So Florida Atlantic's coming into this game with a record of 6-1-1 with 13 points on the season, coming in third at the moment in College Hockey South, and Tampa coming in at 6-4-1, fourth in College Hockey South at the Division II level. Like I mentioned earlier, Tampa's got 5 wins in a row coming into this. 2 of those losses coming against Florida Atlantic earlier this season. This same Florida Atlantic team last weekend lost by just 1 goal and tied the University of Tampa D1 team up in Clearwater. So Florida Atlantic's seen their share of Tampa this year.
That's for sure. I think they'll definitely be a little bit more pleased to be going out against the D2 squad here tonight. Definitely was a tough weekend for them against the D1, tying the one game and then taking that only loss on their record.
Yeah,
but they certainly will be out here for revenge and see if they can stick it back to these UT Spartans.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, not too many teams have really beaten Florida Atlantic, obviously, this year and, like, given them too many good games. So 2 tough ones last weekend. You know, now they'll be happy to see at least not the D1 team from Tampa this time around.
Definitely.
So it looks like we're about set to go. Yeah. And we're about set to go. Both benches are up on their feet. The energy is going now, and we are now underway here in West Chapel as Tampa wins the opening draw, and they'll take it back into their own end.
Just like that, the Battle of the Beach has begun, Henry. We got a front row seat. I can't think of anything better.
Yeah, where else would you want to be than right here, right now?
Here they come on the break. FAU quick to back on the attack. Oh, that was a good try there. Just missed there by the right winger.
So Tampa bringing it back the other way. Shot coming there from Finn McDonough was blocked there in front.
Hello. Nothing like some rubber finding you there in the first minute to help you get
your first shot attempt. Blocked by Florida Atlantic. Valley with it in the corner, and it comes back out and unable to hold it in there.
Quick line change there for both teams.
So it's Franco Caminiti with it now for Tampa, playing it back through center. Able to connect and bringing it up on ahead was Matthew McMillan. He'll dump it in.
Good chip and chase there. Good job to get possession back. It's a really nice forecheck.
Getting that puck in deep, and Florida Atlantic is able to break it out cleanly. And a stoppage in play for a high stick. So we've got Gunnar Stevens in the Florida Atlantic net, coming in with a record of 3-0-1 in his 4 appearances so far this season. We've got David Palangian in the Tampa net, also coming in, or he's coming in with a record of 3-1-0 on the season. Both these teams regularly are switching out their goaltenders on their weekend sets. So it'll be interesting to see what these teams do tomorrow. Of course, in the regular season, not used to being a winner-go-home type scenario. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see if both these teams run the same goaltenders out there tomorrow.
Definitely. Personally, I would definitely think you'd see a rotation there with both teams. Oh, big hit laid out there. Woo-hoo! That'll make you feel something. Holy moly. Welcome to Wesley Chapel.
So a couple big hits early, getting the Tampa bench up and excited early. You know, this is a young Tampa team, a lot of freshmen and sophomores on this team, and an older veteran team like Florida Atlantic. They're trying to get the energy going here on the Tampa side early on. Yeah,
quite the matchup here, Henry. As we talked about in the pregame, you got a really young squad here in UT versus some pretty grizzled veterans here at Florida Atlantic. So, tale of 2 teams, and it certainly looks like they're getting to know each other pretty well here very quickly. A couple big hits there in each team's defensive zone, and go back in here in the FAU defensive zone and see if UT can get anything cooking.
So face off now to Stevens right. And it's one on back by the Owls as Ryan Brockett will play with it behind the net.
Wow, I got to say, I love this forecheck from UT. I mean, they are all over these guys, not giving them an easy way out anywhere.
And Palangian will elect to get a cover. Yeah, you mentioned that forecheck. These Tampa guys, it's been like, I thought coming in they were going to just need to have like a lot of energy going on early to get that belief. You know, they can pull off this upset here in game 1.
Definitely.
That's the biggest thing so far. And the bench is into it. Like, there's no one sitting down right now. And, you know, that's what you like to see is the underdog team coming in. Centering feet out in front. The shot was blocked there.
Probably the best chance all night there.
Chipped off the wall, and the Owls will take back over. Snapped on ahead. And it's brought into the corner. We're battling there will be Daniel Tove.
Good work there by Matthew McMillan to break up that potential breakaway opportunity.
Back on it now is Brockett. He'll snap it on ahead as Florida Atlantic will complete a partial change. That is, it's flipped on goal, and Palangin's able to direct it aside. Snapped on ahead. And it's brought up by Valencia. Valencia feeding it out in front, unable to get a shot away, as the Owls will bring it back the other way as we go end-to-end right now.
Good idea. Just couldn't get anybody in front there. That's what you got to do early in the games. Just start throwing the pucks into good areas, and sooner or later, one of them will find the back of the net.
And there was a good shot on goal there for the Owls. Palangin was up to the challenge. That shot was going wide, and it's directed into the corner as Florida Atlantic's trying to get a little offensive zone time as it comes right back out. David Israel now with it, and it's turned over. Now it's Hoffberg. Tyler Hoffberg will shoot it into the Florida Atlantic zone.
Really good job there by Tyler Holtberg to keep that one up. Can't really make anything of it, but still, it's the effort that sticks out for me here, Tyler. Everyone's really working really hard.
And a shot on goal is stopped there by Palangin. Both teams have gotten a few chances, but not a ton of great shots on goal actually gotten away. But both teams are, moving it from one end to another so far.
Sort of feeling each other out, I'd say. Really trying to find where that empty space is, where they can push some elbows, nudge some shoulders, and then maybe make a couple chances appear.
Faceoff's won by the Spartans, and it's gotten back out to center. Pressuring there was Hoffberg, feeding it out in front.
Great job by Holtberg. He's really stood out to me here in the first 5 minutes. Skating really hard. There's another good backhand chance there from him. Just can't get it quite to go, but he's in a great spot. Look at him turn on the Jets and get back there on defense.
3-on-1 back the other way. A shot on goal.
Oh,
they score!
Wow. What a goal. That is textbook. With 3-1 on the breakaway, and just pick your best option and put it back home. And it's 1-0 FAU Owls.
And it's David Israel getting his 6th goal of the season, and Florida Atlantic is off and running. Like we mentioned, Tampa had a good possession going on in the offensive zone. They had a defenseman up the ice and turning that puck over, and Florida Atlantic bringing it the other way quickly in transition, making it 1-0 right out of the gate.
That's what'll do it to you. Goal there by Israel. Looks like he was assisted by Matthias Weir and Leon Biller as well. Great build-up play, and just like that, the FAU Owls are on the board, and they got the lead early here in the first period. It's 1-0 FAU.
And a quick shot there off the draw coming from Matthew McMillan, and they'll get an offensive zone faceoff. Yeah, I thought the plays, there's been a good amount of play in the Florida Atlantic zone, but Tampa really just hasn't been able to string together enough passes to get many shots on goal so far.
Definitely. I think the couple shots we've seen from them, a couple weak chances on net, and then really just throwing pucks to hope it hits somebody. Really impressed with that attack there from FAU. That was really nice on the counterattack.
Shot is thrown from the corner out in front, and a couple saves had to be made there by Stevens. As Florida Atlantic's got it under control now, and they get it back out to center. And the play is offside there at the Tampa line.
So, Henry, you're about 5 minutes in here to this first one. Things that stick out to me, as you were talking about it earlier, you can definitely see the hunger and really the energy from this young UT side. But, I mean, just a textbook counterattack goal there by FAU to give him the lead. What are you seeing here from so far?
Yeah, no, I thought Tampa's come out with a pretty good energy so far. It's just they haven't been able to, connect on enough of their passes to get any real scoring chances. And, Florida Atlantic was pretty opportunistic in the chance that they got.
Definitely. You can kind of see that veteran skill really show there with just being able to connect the passes, know where your other guy is at without having to look, and just kind of throw the puck there, and he's there. So
icing is waved off there as Palangin had to direct it away. Turnover now as Tampa will try to transition through neutral zone. And play is offside there as Ryan Steiner was trying to bring it over the Florida Atlantic line. And both teams will make a couple of changes. So 14:43 to go in this first semifinal. Florida Atlantic holding on to a 1-0 lead early thanks to the goal from David Israel, the defenseman with his 6th goal of the season.
And he's really been a mainstay on that FAU roster for almost too many years to count now.
Yeah, I was going to say Florida Atlantic's got a bunch of guys who've been around for a while, a lot older group, and it's been serving them well so far in this season, with a few of the Division I teams kind of moving away from their traditional competition.
Ooh, good wraparound try there.
Fed out in front, and a save had to be made there by Palangin, and he will get a cover. So face-off coming up in the Tampa zone to the right of Palangin. Matt Beraldi wins the face-off for Florida Atlantic. Gotten back out to center, and it's Brockett with it now. Turned over there at the blue line, and it's gotten in deep. Tampa forced a turnover, and they get a shot on goal.
Wow, good cover there by Stevens. That's really nice awareness. As soon as you see the puck, just put that big mitt right on it and stop all that play. Get him for a nice face-off.
I would say that's been the thing so far. Tampa's gotten a few shots, but they've been pretty one and done. And, you know, whenever Stevens has gotten the chance to cover, he's gotten the whistles, and it's really kind of breaking this game up. We've had a ton of face-offs early on, a bunch of whistles, and we've been here for a while, and it's just past the 14-minute mark. Face-offs won by the Spartans.
A lot of finding their footing right now, Henry. A lot of finding their footing, it seems like, for both of these teams.
Florida Atlantic trying to break it out of their own zone as it's gotten out cleanly now. Over the line they come the Owls. The pass could not be connected with there for Beraldi. Lyon will give it on ahead.
He's got a man.
In front, a shot on goal, and a save.
Oh, what a save by Stevens. That looked like a for sure goal to me. As soon as you see the cross pass come across the ice, I'm thinking, oh, we're burying it. We got a tie hockey game. But that's not the case. The big 6'5" Connor Stevens getting right in the way there. What a job.
And that was the Spartans' leading scorer, Ethan Gelman, getting a shot on goal. And we're going to get a Tampa power play. So first penalty of the game is against Florida Atlantic, and we're going to get a look here at the Tampa power play. And this will be a great opportunity for them to finally string together a few passes here and get a few good scoring chances.
Yeah, this is everything you need here, Henry. You're down 1-0. You're in the other team's offensive zone. You got a 2-minute penalty power play. Let's get something on net here and let's tie this game.
Face-off's tied up, and it's gotten on to the back. It's held there by Gelman on back to McMillan. At the left circle, a shot on goal, and a good save made there by Stevens.
Nice quick movement on the power play there. See if they can get another.
And Florida Atlantic will get a clear. McMillan back to collect it. He's being pressured there by Christian Cotter on the PK.
And here comes UT on the break.
A minute 20 still remaining on the Tampa power play, as they've really been able to get set up so far. As Cotter's going to get to this puck, and he's going to clear. Unable to get it all the way back down, as McMillan will recoil with it. Trading places there was McMillan. Drops it on back, and a shot on goal, and a save is made there by Stevens.
Another nice save there by Carter Stevens. That's a tough puck to see. I mean, you got 3-4 bodies in front of the net there, and then, God forbid, it takes a little bounce on the way to you. Lucky guy there. Nice job making the stop.
Yeah, that shot came from pretty high out, but like you said, there were quite a few bodies out in front, so it still made for a difficult stop, and Tampa's bringing out their second power play unit now. And then when the draw, Rodriguez gives it on across, and he'll hold center point now. One-time shot and a save made there by Stevens.
I really like the movement here by University of Tampa on their offense here in the power play especially. Even if they're not really getting anything in the back of the net, they're manufacturing some really nice quality chances. Quick passes, the quick fakes, everything like that. Everybody seems to be in sync here, and they're really working hard for that first goal.
And Florida Atlantic will play this one off the glasses. We're approaching a half minute to go now in the Florida Atlantic penalty kill. Watson will send it back in. as the Tampa power play will take one more rush up the ice. Fanning on that feed was Rodriguez there, as Tampa's having a bit of a hard time getting out of their own zone here.
Good job on the back check by FAU, making it really difficult for UT to even just get out of their own zone.
Coming back the other way now as Tampa's on their final dying seconds of the power play. And back to even strength now.
And that'll do it for the power play. Some good looks from University of Tampa, but can't really crack it yet. Not bad movement, good passing, but they just needed that extra spark to put the puck in the back of the net. Still looking for it here.
And that feed is turned over there as Florida Atlantic will bring it back the other way. It's Matthias Weir. Over the line he comes. He drops it on back, and the dangle there was cut off there nicely by McMillan, and he'll chip it off the glass. As Tampa will pursue after it. It's Valencia. Feed out in front. Save had to be made there. A turn and fire and a shot is Valencia as Stevens is down.
That was a tough one there. Almost a changeup that they threw at him there. Just got to get down to the butterfly, make sure it doesn't go any further.
And that play was broken up now. Stop for a high stick, and this faceoff will come back out to center.
Lofted in and off the glass there by FAU.
And look out on the Tampa bench as Murphy.
Almost some friendly fire over there from the Spartans.
Tossing that backhand right into the Tampa bench.
Right, hello. Yeah, that's what you get maybe for not putting me on the starting lineup, Coach.
Oh, man.
How about a piece of rubber to the face?
Oh, man. Now they've got to take a defensive zone draw, too.
Right, yeah. That's one way to get your point across.
Faceoff's won by the Owls as they're going to have to come back out to the center.
Can't keep possession, though. Trickles all the way back.
Israel turning up ice with it now. He's got the lone goal so far in this one.
I got to tell you, Henry, for me it looks like Israel's almost 5 inches taller than everybody on the ice.
Yeah, for sure. He's really been motoring around. He's been really noticeable so far, and, of course, the size has a lot to do with it. Coming back the other way, might have a 2-on-1 here. We got Gelman coming up the wing, feeding it out in front for a shot on goal, and it could not be gone on net. Hits the side of the net.
Wow, what a last-minute scramble by Stevens and the rest of his defensive crew there from FAU. That one looked like a trickle through behind, but then here comes the defenseman laying out big. What a nice stop.
That was Steiner that was unable to get that shot on goal, just hitting the side of the cage. It's Steiner without a stick. He tried to soccer it along. A turnover out in front. A one-timer missed high and got the glass. And a penalty upcoming here against Tampa as the laid penalty now for Florida Atlantic. Stevens at the bench, a shot on goal, misses wide. 6-on-4, and that will get a whistle, and we're going to get a trip here against Tampa. And now we're going to get a look at the Florida Atlantic power play now. It'll be Trace Cowart sitting in the Tampa net, or in the Tampa box for 2 minutes. So after Florida Atlantic killed off that first Tampa power play, they're going to get their chance now on the power play. See if they can double this lead up.
And this is something I'm really looking forward to see here, Henry. Coming into this game, we talk a lot about the high-scoring offense here for FAU. Well, this is where most of it is done. This power play unit is really one of the best in the conference. Let's see how they turn up here against UT. Quick shot off the glass. I don't even think the goalie was ready for that one.
The Owls have possession now. It's gotten onto the back. Held on over for a shot that missed high, and that got blocked on the way in and deflected into the corner. Now a one-time shot and a save is made there by Palangin.
That was a nice quick feed there from Leon Biller on the left-hand side. Stick handles past one man, and then quickly he's able to backhand pass that across tape to his other man waiting there for a shot. Just can't get it in the back of the net, but we keep going at it.
So Florida Atlantic just changing up one member of this top power play unit. Daniel Tove has come over the bench. Randall won that face-off, and it comes on back to center as Florida Atlantic will try to get things set up again on the power play. And Tampa will get a clear now. Up pressuring there is Nicholas McMillan. Florida Atlantic will gain the zone now and try to get to that puck battle in the corner. Fed out in front as pivoting with it now is Owens. Owens holds center point. Big net front battle coming on as Florida Atlantic still able to maintain possession now.
Yeah, look at that, Henry. You got some big bodies going after each other right there in front of the goalie.
Yeah, it's been a big battle right there in front. The shot on
good feed,
missed high,
just
and
left
wide on the short side. Able to hold it in though are the Owls. Is on a shot, blocker save made there by Palanchen. That was Leon Biller with the shot.
Great save there from the big man. That was a hard shot coming in.
Yeah, it was Biller sneaking in on that side of the net. Yeah, big blocker save. It's Biller holding again now.
Just under 10 seconds to go here on the power play. Oh, I like the look there for the pass. Just couldn't connect.
Yeah, Florida Atlantic, a few shot attempts, but a lot of them missed the net. A few of them got on goal, but that'll do it for the Florida Atlantic power play as the Owls bring it back the other way. Now as Coward had to break that play up. So it's Ryan Steiner now for the Spartans. Ryan Lyon will win this race, and icing is negated. Lyon tried feeding it out in front, but
nobody home.
Yeah, only finding the Owls sticks as they'll bring it back the other way now in transition.
Oh, good job to get through the middle. Stick handle. Oh, my goodness. I think that one just went wide. That was a really nice move by FAU.
Just unable to get a shot away.
Davidson able to stick handle his way in and flip it off to his man. Shot just went wide.
Turning a shot there. Coming from Lyon. Going down on the play there was Rodriguez, and it creates a chance there for Florida Atlantic. As Tampa tries to get this thing under control now. Play was offside at the Tampa blue line, and Florida Atlantic's got to come back onside. Brought back over by Gelman now.
Here come the Spartans. Quick shot there on net. Held by Stevens.
Scramble play in front.
Oh, that one's up in the air. That was something there, folks. Quite a scramble in front of the Florida Atlantic net. But still, no goal for University of Tampa.
So it's Hoffberg with it now, throwing it out in front. And play is blown dead for a hand pass. And the faceoff will stay in the Florida Atlantic zone now.
Yeah, quick look back on that FAU power play. Really looked like a shooting gallery to me. Any shot they had, just taking a rip at David Palanson back there in the net. And Palanson does a nice job being able to hold up, keep him at just one goal.
Yeah, both teams have killed off an early power play so far. Good way to get the confidence going. Knocking his man off the puck there was Rodriguez, but unable to get the puck out. Bringing it back the other way now in transition comes Tampa. It's McDonough in the corner. He is checked there. And coming back out to center. And icing is called here. The linesman taking account of which Florida Atlantic skaters were out there, making sure no one's able to change.
Almost took that guy out there. Could have called a tripping penalty there on the own referee.
I know, right?
Talk about a lifeguard.
Hey, that led right to the icing that got called. Right. So
if only that guy was up, maybe you would have been able to win the icing. Who knows? Just about 5 minutes left here in the first period. Like you said earlier, Henry, lots of stoppages of play. Feels like we played a whole hockey game here.
Battle with it along the near side boards. Hoffberg is knocked off the puck there.
Oh, and there goes a glove. And the gloves are off here at Adventhealth Center Ice Arena.
Florida Atlantic bringing it back in transition. It's Balsamo with it. And Tampa is able to force turnover. Flip in behind the net now.
There's the chip. We'll see how they do on the chase here. And not too well. The puck's already coming back their way.
Caminiti turns the puck over there as the Owls will gain possession.
Good job there on the line change to hurry up and get in the zone and help your man out. And they're able to keep it in there for a nice little bit of zone time.
And Caminiti plays it off the glass and into the net. No penalty here. And the referees are just saying no change for Tampa. So 1-0 Florida Atlantic through most of one so far. David Israel with the only goal so far for the Owls.
Really nice goal that was, Henry. Going back to it again, I think it was a 3-on-1 that they had. Really looked like just a textbook play, something out of the practice, you know?
Yeah, and it was immediately after a scoring chance for Tampa at the other end of the ice, so.
It almost looked like a morning skate routine there. You take the puck off your guys in the other zone, go all the way down, bing, bang, boom, tic-tac-toe, you score. And other than that, it's been a lot of these two teams feeling each other out. A lot of stoppages in play, some big hits, some shots thrown on net, but both of these goaltenders, I must say, have been putting in a really good first 20 minutes. Stevens especially. There have been, I want to say, 4 or 5 pucks that even here from about 90 feet away, I don't even know where the puck is. And then you know, you turn around and next thing it's up in the air, but hey, keep it out of the back of the net. That's the name of the game, so.
Yeah, I was going to say, too, that like a lot of the chances for Tampa have been kind of off like broken plays.
Yep.
And like little scrums where the puck will find its way through, not like traditional chances off the rush or anything like that. So, you know, that's a sign that the goaltender's seeing the puck well early on.
Exactly. I'm not sure what their game plan is coming into this, but it looks like it's a lot of just chip and chase, you know, get the puck deep, try to win those battles against this FAU team. And I don't know, personally, when you got a young team like this, I just tell them go out there and skate, you know?
Yeah, they're keeping it simple so far, that's for sure.
That's for sure, Henry.
So Florida Atlantic brings it through center.
Oh, good idea on the long pass.
Back on it now as icing is waved off.
He's got a man in front. Just couldn't find him in time.
Nice move to pivot away from danger there was Matthew McMillan. And icing is waved off as it comes up short of the icing line. Raced on here and it's chopped on ahead.
Look at that.
Brought back out by Stabile.
Man,
the shot
oh man.
was blocked and missed the net wide.
I tell you, that almost looked like a soccer player there. Controlling the puck right off the stick, moving right on the way in. That was a really nice move on a bouncing puck. Tough play, and good job to get the shot off.
So back on this puck now is Ryan Steiner, and it's gotten back the other way.
And we got a race.
Race is on now. Icing is waved off.
Big hit there.
Yeah, that was
whoa, and there's some extracurriculars after the fact. Somebody's holding onto the stick, and these guys don't like each other very much at all.
Hey, I like the referees letting them play, though.
Big fan of that, Henry.
And back the other way, they score. Florida Atlantic while
How
everyone
about
was looking
that?
at the other end of the
Whoa!
ice. They make it 2-0.
Hey, what a goal by FAU. I was caught over looking at the extracurriculars on the other side. Next thing you know, they put the puck in the back of the net. My goodness, that really does show you the discipline from this FAU squad. Not letting themselves get caught up in the nitty-gritty or anything going on. As soon as something like that happens to one of their guys, they just go right on the other end and put the puck in UT's net.
Hey, that was the guy we've been talking about. That was Matthias Weir with the goal. 21 points on the season now, leading the Owls. And the intensity starting to go up to another level now.
That's for sure. Look at that. Big nudge off the face-off even from the center.
So back in transition comes Florida Atlantic once again. Yeah, that last goal, it seemed like everyone here was paying attention to what was going on at the other end. And, of course, Florida Atlantic ends up scoring when nobody was really looking. It's brought back on ahead now by Nicholas McMillan.
Almost like sneaking into mom's purse and grabbing a $20 bill when she's not looking. Ain't that right, Henry?
That's what Florida Atlantic just did. Watson is shoved off the puck there by Ciapella. moved on ahead. Now it's
This is
Carter
just
working
what
through
I
it.
gather from up here, but it really looks like UT's trying to skate their way to the locker room. Can't wait to get out of this period as soon as they can, and FAU's not letting them go anywhere.
Yeah, so we just got the announcement for 1 minute to go in the first period now.
Oh, could be another quick chance.
Ooh, a shot up high, and it goes up and out of play. I think that might have ticked off the bar a little bit,
that was
too.
a nice save there by Palanson. Looked like he got a little bit of the blocker, then it got a little love from the bar, and then next thing you know, it's out of play.
So faceoff will stay in the Tampa end. 50 seconds to go in this opening period. Florida Atlantic holding on to a 2-0 lead over Tampa here in semifinal number 1. Blocker save made there by Palanchen on Israel. A nice shot on goal, and a save was made there by Palanchen. Another try. That one rang off the outside of the cage.
He's been busy all period, Henry.
Yeah, a couple of chances there from Miles Davidson in close. Shot is blocked there by Murphy. Got on back to Israel. His shot is blocked there by Valencia. Oh, a nice behind the back pass.
That was nice.
A good shot.
That one even caught me off guard, and I saw the whole thing.
Yeah, they had a good shot attempted. It looked like it just got blocked on the way there by a stick that was in the lane. So faceoff will stay down in the Tampa zone now with 19 seconds to go. Tampa completing a change after not getting to do so on the last stoppage.
That's a big key. You got to keep your fresh guys out there. Got to make sure you got fresh legs, especially going against this FAU attack.
Faceoff's won by the Owls. It's gotten onto the back. Back behind the net now. It was Cotter. As Tampa tries to run out the rest of this time, and they'll flip it back out to center, and a chance back the other way. Bringing it back the other way. It's held, and a shot by Gelman could not be gotten on goal. So last second chance there for Tampa. Unable to get a shot on goal. So after 20 minutes, we've got goals from Weir and Israel here in the early going. Joey, what do you think of the first period?
Well, I got to say it's kind of a lot of what I expected, really. FAU coming out looking like the #1 team in the conference, playing really well. As we mentioned earlier in the beginning, UT came out with quite a bit of energy, skating really hard. We were really back-checking these pucks very hard, but just like you said, can't string that last pass together to get him to the shot. And really, as soon as FAU scored that first goal, it really seemed like they started to press, really started to do a lot to try to get that goal back. And that's when you get caught up in some extracurricular plays like that.
Yeah.
And then when that happens, they go back and score on you on the other end. And next thing you know, you're down 2-0. So good period of hockey, but
yeah, I was going to say, like, the extracurriculars started kind of piling up there towards the end, so Tampa's going to need to, keep focused and not get distracted to try and stay in this one. They're only down by 2. They haven't played bad at all.
Not at all. I don't have the shot totals in front of me, but it feels pretty even. I think maybe FAU had a couple more, and certainly they had the better quality of the chances, but UT's doing everything they can to try and manufacture these shots on net and really get back in this hockey game.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's been 20 minutes here in Wesley Chapel here in Game 1 of our Battle of the Beach semifinals. We've got Florida Atlantic leading 2-0 over the University of Tampa after 20 minutes. Joey and I will be here for period 2 here with you shortly. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wesley Chapel here at Adventhealth Center Ice for Game 1 of the Battle at the Beach. Florida Atlantic holding on to a 2-0 lead over the University of Tampa Spartans after one period. Matthias Weir and David Israel, the goal scorers for the Owls. My name is Henry Ojo, alongside my friend Joey Lockman. Joey, what are you looking forward to seeing here in this second frame?
Henry, I'm glad to be back. I am really looking forward to see how this UT team responds. That was a tough first period, as we were talking about. Had a lot of energy. They came out. They skated really hard. They did a lot of the little things right. Just couldn't find that last pass and find that first goal. They're still goalless down here 2-0, but I got to think that there was some stuff that went on in that locker room that's got to fire these guys up a little bit. You got a big tournament here. You're down 2-0 in the first period. Come out and show some life. You can see here with the team talk, everybody getting close to coach, everybody around the bench. Really excited to see what the Spartans going to bring out here for the second period.
And I was going to say, too, like we mentioned, like how this is a pretty young team. I'm sure one of the messages being preached was like keeping their composure. Like things were getting a little out of hand towards the end of that first period, trying to keep these guys, you know, staying disciplined, not taking any stupid penalties.
Certainly. I mean, look back at that second goal. You get caught up because you got a man down ice fighting with another guy, you know. And here we go.
So
puck's dropped and we're off.
And Florida Atlantic will try and get something going now. Back on it now is Weir, as he had the second goal for Florida Atlantic.
Both the goal scorers out there. Weir on the puck now, and Israel right over there behind him. Now on to Israel. Ooh, slick shot, but a blocker
Israel
save.
just walks right down the middle, and a strong save had to be made there by Palangin in the Tampa net.
As we were saying earlier, Israel really looks like a man among boys. I mean, he is huge. And as you mentioned earlier, kind of just waltzes his way in there to the crease and fires a shot on net. If you're UT, you got to do something about that.
Yeah, 17 points on the season so far for the big defenseman from Florida Atlantic.
Yeah, he really plays sort of like a Victor Hedman type almost. Really not that much of a defenseman. Gets up, joins the rush, plays really well with the puck on his stick, and is a big key player here for Florida Atlantic.
Battle in the corner now for possession. And a stoppage in play here for a high stick. And we're going to see who this one's against. It's going to go against Florida Atlantic. It will be their captain, Jacob Friedman, sitting in the box for 2 minutes. And Tampa's going to get their second chance now on the power play. And the next goal is going to be a huge one, because if it's for Tampa, they're going to cut the lead in half. Or Florida Atlantic gets another one, it's going to be 3-0.
Pulling away.
And so a chance to cut the lead in half here on the power play for Tampa.
Yeah, as we talked about earlier, Henry, I mean, this, if you're UT, this is exactly what you're looking for. Not even through the first minute, and you're on the power play. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Clearing attempt, was unable to get out, was holding it in there with Safera. Back on it now for Florida Atlantic is Declan Catone. Hoffberg able to hold that puck in, and he gets it back. So we got the second power play unit out there for the Spartans to start out with. Safera, one-time shot, blocked in front. Safera will get it right back. Safera drifting one, and a big block shot there as sprawling out.
And those are the little things that you have to do on the penalty kill there, especially if you're FAU. Just do anything to get in front of that puck and stop those ones from coming in on your man, Connor Stevens.
And now it's Tommy Ziemba with the block shot there. Some of the numbers are a bit hard to see with the numbers on the sleeves with these special jerseys.
Oh, there's a stick goes flying in the air. Talk about some extracurricular activity.
One-time shot by Safera, and a stoppage in play as we've got a helmet that's come off.
And things are getting chippy here, folks. Look at those lifeguards skate in and blow the whistle. Almost looking like we're out there on Sunset Beach.
Yeah, you know Sunset Beach over there on Treasure Island?
Wow, what a beautiful place. I've had many a great nights out on Sunset Beach.
Well, we're here at the Battle of the Beach, so, you know, it's got to be for some beach, you know.
Henry, that is some segue, let me tell you, okay?
So we've got 1:02 remaining on the Tampa power play as they're going to change up their units.
If we were talking about the beach, these two teams are really putting the battle in Battle of the Beach. I mean, things are getting chippy here. Not even 2 minutes all the way through the second period, and I can already feel the heat up here in the broadcast booth.
And I like after a couple of these skirmishes that we've had, you know, these referees aren't taking anybody to the box or letting things play, and a rolling puck is covered there by Stevens, and a bit of a late whack on the goaltender there.
Yeah, that's something you got to be careful of, especially if you're UT. You really can't get away with that, and especially with a veteran team like FAU, they're going to remember those things and then catch you when the referee's not looking.
So no penalty coming out of that.
Going back on that, I really do appreciate the referee styling we're seeing here, letting these guys play, letting these two teams get to know each other, maybe a little bit personally, but that's why we love the game of hockey.
Shot on goal deflected out in front.
And just need to angle that stick up just a little bit, get some love on there, and get that first Spartans goal.
Matthew McMillan comes out of the corner with it.
McMillan swings around, looking for a man in front.
McMillan's got a ton of time to shoot. He feeds it out in front.
Oh, my goodness.
Looking for Steiner, couldn't get a shot away.
Last one through.
And trying to hand it off there was Gelman. Back behind, and Florida Atlantic will get a clear, and that's probably going to do just about all of the Tampa power play.
See if they have time for maybe one more rush here. FAU changing the lines.
And a quick up now, as it's unable to be held in there at the blue line, and Florida Atlantic will get another clear, and they're...
That's when you really got to use your body. I mean, you're the only guy from your side in the offensive zone. Just take the puck into the corner and wait for help to get there. Instead, he tries to stick handle, and he stick handles himself into submission.
So Florida Atlantic 2 for 2 so far on the penalty kill, and they're holding on to a 2-0 lead here, 3 minutes into the second period. Back through center with it now. Coming over the line is Lyon. Fed out in front. No Tampa bodies going to the net.
Once again, nobody home. These guys are doing a really good job getting to these pucks. It's that second pass that's really just not coming together right now.
And Florida Atlantic's pass will have to go back into their own end. No icing. As Tampa will complete a change. Pressuring there for Tampa was Safaro trying to force a turnover. And he does. Caminiti holds it in. He drifts a shot, and its save was made there by Stevens.
Look at that one. Trickles all the way back out to the UT defensive zone.
So it's Rodriguez now for the Spartans. He makes his way through center, and it's up to McMillan. Shot is deflected off a stick in the shooting lane. And a penalty coming up here. It looks like another one's coming up against Florida Atlantic. So Tampa's going to right back on the power play.
Look at that. I really like that by the refereeing. Two guys jostling, and then this four-man referee crew splits it up. One guy goes for one player, one guy goes for the other, gives them a little talking to. And next thing you know, we're playing hockey again. That's the way you got to do it, if you ask me, especially at this college level. Things are always going to get chippy, but that's part of the game. That's part of the reason we love watching this game. That's the adrenaline going through the blood of these young guys, especially in a big tournament game like this. You don't want to punish anybody for that. It's something we like about the game, but they do a good job of keeping things tame, talking to everybody, and
so
once again,
we've got Sam Watson sitting in the Florida Atlantic box for 2 minutes for holding. Tampa getting the third power play now.
And you got to hope third time's a charm. Am I right, Henry? If you're the Spartans and you come out of this 2-minute power play goalless, you got to feel almost defeated.
Yeah, for sure. And they're taking a second Florida Atlantic skater off now for delay of game. And it looks like we might have a 5-on-3 power play. And they're putting Anthony Campana in the box for delay of game. Something that was going on in and around the face-off circle. We weren't really looking that way. So it's going to be 5-on-3 now for the Spartans for a whole 2 minutes. So,
and now if you're UT, you really got to score.
Yeah, this is a huge opportunity for Tampa to get back in this game, cut the lead in half, and it's Trace Cowart with it now. So 5-on-3 for Tampa for 2 whole minutes. Whew. Cowart, side of the net, shot missed high, coming from Gelman. And Florida Atlantic will get a clear, and they will get a change as one of their players comes off, and McAvina comes on for Florida Atlantic. Over the line now comes Gelman. And Gelman was unable to connect with Coward, and the puck comes all the way back down into the Florida Atlantic offensive zone.
Having a tough time getting set. Earlier, I think it was McMillan there on the left-hand side, had the puck, and nobody was on him. He just fell down. And then next thing you know, it swings right past him. He just can't get there.
Big scuffle in front, and the puck comes back out to center. Tampa electing to just shoot it off the rush rather than getting that power play set up as Gelman comes over the line now. McMillan, a twisting feed, finds Gelman back. A shot on goal and missed the net there and getting the glass.
Got to get those on target, especially when you're on the power play.
So 50 seconds remaining in the 5-on-3 now.
Three-man unit from FAU doing a really nice job right now.
Try offside speed, a shot and save was made there.
Big save by Stevens.
And Florida Atlantic will get a clear now as that last chance is coming from Cowart. And Florida Atlantic able to just change out one man again in the second period of the long change.
25, 30 seconds to go here on the power play.
And a big offside call there as Florida Atlantic's going to be able to complete a full change now.
I mean, just watching these UT guys, as soon as that whistle blows, all the heads are looking to the heavens wondering what the heck is going on. Just can't really get anything started here.
Yeah, and over this two-man advantage power play, they've never really gotten the power play, set up at all. It's been a few one-and-done chances shooting off the rush, but we'll see what they'll do here with the next power play unit out there now. Caminiti holds at the right point, hands it on over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez has some room to shoot. And Hoffberg was unable to collect it, and that's going to just about do it. One last chance here, a feed out in front from Rodriguez, and a couple of whacks away at it there.
That'll do it. So a really nice 5-on-3 2-minute penalty kill there by the Owls. And if you're University of Tampa, you gotta feel a little gutted on that.
Icing is waved off there as that puck hops up in the air as DeFalco tries to get it out. Now it's Hoffberg for the Spartans. He'll just chip it off the boards, and chasing onto it there is Lehrhaupt. So Florida Atlantic tries to get it under control now, and they're going to call an intentional offsides, it looks like, against Tampa. So faceoff's going to come all the way back down to into the Tampa zone.
Yeah, some of these zone entries look a little rushed to me, Henry. Like, just not taking their time, not really watching the other men, making sure that the puck handler is the first one to get in, and this kind of sloppiness is really, really, how you say, characteristic of their game so far.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to cleanly get over the line a lot of times. We've been seeing a lot of offsides, and Florida Atlantic's got to feel good about how they're going so far. And Florida Atlantic unable to get a shot on goal there as turning and firing it there was Sabile. Campana snaps it on ahead. And in deep into the Tampa zone. Back on it now is John Kane. And one thing you can say, though, about Tampa is while the finish hasn't been there in their offensive zone, they've been able to at least get out of their own zone okay. And they have been turning pucks over and providing scoring chances that way for Florida Atlantic. But
definitely both of those FAU goals did come on the rush, so they've done a nice job sitting in defensively.
Back on this puck now is Kane. He'll throw it off the glass, and it'll go back down, and icing is waved off. And it's Kane with it again. A long shift for the defenseman out there now. Kane finds Coward, a dangerous play there. He had to chop it back out to center as Tampa will transition with it now. Gelman off the rush. A backhand shot, and a save was made there. Rebound was poked wide. That was Coward on the rebound.
That's one you got to get on net, Henry. My goodness, anytime a puck falls to you like that and you don't do anything with it, it's got to be a missed opportunity.
Yeah, good job of getting that first shot on net, but obviously the rebound ended up missing. And Tampa, despite the struggles in the offensive zone, are still down by just 2. Coming back the other way, a nice couple of dangles there. Shot could not be gotten away there by Lyon.
Caught up in his skates.
And a penalty back behind the play, a bad penalty back behind the play was Lyon. It looked like a cross check from behind.
Kind of characteristic, maybe a little frustration there on that one after he has a nice breakaway opportunity and just botches it, leaving the stick between his skates. That's something that's really characteristic of a young team too. You know, not having the discipline to just chase the right way and maybe get up and throw a cross check or two in front of the referee, and next thing you know, you're on the penalty kill.
Yeah, that's Reagan Lyon, who's going to be sitting for 2 minutes in the Tampa box. And Florida Atlantic has been winning the special teams battle, at least from the standpoint of how many penalties they've been able to kill off, too, including a 5-on-3. So if they're able to get one here on the power play, they can make it 3-0. Friedman ties up the draw as Florida Atlantic tries to get possession while on the man advantage. Weir holds, gives on over back to Freeman, and a shot by Weir is deflected off and into the glass. Friedman holds at the right point. He'll walk the line. Hands on over to Israel. He's got the first goal for Florida Atlantic. Giving on back to Friedman. And then Israel, a shot on goal, and a save was made there on the wrister, and a rebound was saved there.
Couple
as
nice
well.
saves by David Palanson.
Palanson, a nice couple of saves there in close. Israel hands one over to Friedman, a shot. Save made there, and a penalty is upcoming here against Tampa, it looks like. It's going to go against Sean Joyce for slashing. And he's going to get an unsportsmanlike, too.
Wow-wee. That's a tough turn of events.
Check that out. It wasn't Joyce.
So we got him for the slash and the unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, that's Matthew McMillan. He got the slashing penalty and an unsportsmanlike conduct for 10 minutes. So now Florida Atlantic's going to get a chance on the two-man advantage power play now.
Going back to it again, Henry, I mean, that's another thing that's characteristic of a young team. You know, you're down on the penalty kill, you make a mistake with the slash, and you get a little upset at the referee, and then he gets you back again. 3 men in the box now.
Yeah, so I think the initial penalty was on Sean Joyce for the slash, and then skating away from the play there was McMillan getting the unsportsmanlike in the 10-minute. So we've got 3 guys in the Tampa box, and it looks like it's going to be...
Scoreboard's telling us we got about a 3.5-minute penalty here. Well, I got to say, 3.5 minutes on the penalty, or on a 5-on-3 penalty for the best-ranked team in the conference. Be surprised if they don't at least score 2.
So 5-on-3 now for Florida Atlantic as they win the draw. Tampa needs a clear on this one. It's Israel giving on back to Friedman as these two will play catch with it now. Israel, one-timer for Friedman, bring it off the outside of the post.
I really like this puck movement here from the Owls. They're really getting it all the way around, getting everybody involved. Wow. Once again, going for that really nice final pass, just not finding the edge.
Yeah,
sooner or later, they certainly will.
Especially with this, you know, these are the most highly skilled guys out there for Florida Atlantic on a 2-man advantage. A shot up high by Weir, and a save was made there. As Tampa desperately needing a clear. Pressuring there was Steiner, unable to get it out. As Florida Atlantic will hold on to it. They've got 35 seconds remaining in the 5-on-3 power play. It's Israel pivoting away with it now. Israel handing on over for a one-timer for Freeman.
Oh,
he goes
wow.
bar south.
Down. What a shot. That was nice. Jacob Friedman from right up above the left-hand circle flips it bar down on David Palanson. What a goal there by Friedman. And it's 3-0 FAU Owls.
So Friedman, the captain, making it 3-0 on the Florida Atlantic 5-on-3 power play. And you see how big of a swing special teams can be. Tampa had a 2-minute 5-on-3, and they weren't able to get anything. Florida Atlantic had a shorter window at 5-on-3, and they get one. Make it count, and they push their lead to 3 now. That was a sweet one-timer. I saw you working on some one-timers earlier on the synthetic ice over there.
That's right, my friend. Really, I got to tell you, that global synthetic ice that we had out there in the multi-purpose room earlier, a great product. We did a little bit of a demo there in our pregame show. I'm sure some of the fans got to see it. But I don't think I can ever pull off a one-timer like Jacob Friedman there. What a shot. Goes bar down and gives his team the 3-0 lead.
Yeah, it was a pretty sweet rip there. And Florida Atlantic still got a little under a minute remaining on the power play. On the rush
come
now
streaking
is
through.
Biller.
Wow. Great speed by Miller. Even though we can't put it home, it just stands out, the decisiveness from this Owls team. They're really, really looking to put their foot on these Spartans' throat.
So puck battle comes on out. Israel staying out there despite the other pieces on this power play changing it up. It's Owens now center point. Hang on back over to Israel. Power play's really going through him so far.
Everything seemed to go through him so far, Henry.
It's Biller with it. A shot by Owens is blocked there nicely. Going back down on the block there was Rodriguez. Unable to get it clear though is Tampa. 10 seconds remaining in the man advantage, and a shot on goal in close. Could not be gotten on target there. It was Randall. A one-timer, a pad save made there by Palangin.
And that'll do it for the penalty, but man, I gotta say, that's a tough one to give up. And man, he just can't find the handle on the pass. Had the man wide open.
Yeah.
Seems to be that sums up really most of the night so far for the University of Tampa Spartans. And another good chance. Had a 3-on-2, just can't get it all the way through.
So Tampa trying to reel this thing in a little bit now. As Florida Atlantic forces a turnover, and they remain in possession. Side of the net, a shot.
Wow.
The save was made there by Palangin on Owens.
Yeah, Owens, that must be the
And he just took the penalty. He just
one-time
from
chance I've
behind
seen
there.
from him, and now Owens is down. Get some help up there from his teammates.
Yeah,
Looked
we'll
like
see.
a tough spill there into the boards, and let me tell you, those boards are not very generous.
So we've got a cross check on Nicholas McMillan, who took that cross-checking penalty in behind. So Tampa trailing 3-0, taking a bad penalty.
My goodness, this is, I want to say, the 5th penalty of the night.
Yeah, I've honestly lost count at this point, but you know, Florida Atlantic just scored on a 5-on-3 power play, and now
there were, what, 3 men in the box on that one? Really, if you're the Spartans, you've got to be a little bit more disciplined here. As we've been saying all broadcasts, so that's what happens when a young team plays an experienced one. Things like this tend to happen.
and a one-time ripper, and a save was made there right on that UT logo by David Palangin. He's been solid in net tonight.
One thing you do, yeah, I agree with you. That's one thing you have to say. Palangin has done everything he can. Just needs maybe a little bit more help from his defense, and then help from the rest of his guys, man, staying out of the box. I think we have almost a whole period's worth of penalty time.
Yeah, it's really piled up here in this middle period. So Friedman's got it now. He hands it on over to Weir. The big guns really getting going here with the chance to showcase that skill on the power play. Friedman hands it over to Weir. Friedman's got it right back. A shot on goal and a save was made there.
Another big stop by Palangin.
Yeah, Watson letting that shot go from the left circle.
That's
Or
another
the
thing
right
too,
circle.
Henry. There's not really any selfish players on this FAU team at all. Everyone seems to be looking for that next pass, and once that pass gets there, they know exactly where they're going. That's one thing that stood out for me as well, as the decisiveness of this FAU team. They seem to know exactly what they want to do to this
Well,
UT
they're
team.
really snapping it
just
around
doing
right now.
Yeah.
And, you know, power play gets you the chance to do that when you got your highly skilled players out there. These guys are, you know, just kind of gaining confidence right now out there on the man advantage. And Tampa is desperately needing a clear, but they're able to get a change here at least with a stoppage in play.
So about another 18 seconds left here on the FAU power play.
So all these face-offs, too, on the power play have been being won by the Owls. Friedman's got a ton of room to walk into a shot now. A nice glove
My
save
goodness.
made there by Palangin.
Palangin just seems to have their number.
Yeah, Friedman had all types of time to walk right into that shot and let it fly. So minute 9 remaining still on the Florida Atlantic power play. And faceoffs won again, once again, by the Owls. A shot on goal.
Bouncing
Save
puck
was
in
made
front.
there. Tampa unable to get a clear or possession as Israel's got it again. Owens now. And it's Israel. Battle at the front of the net. A wraparound try. beating it out in front there on a one-timer, and a save was made by Palancin.
Once again, look at David Palancin. Certainly getting that calf workout, moving all over that crease.
It's been a pigeon shoot these last few minutes on the Florida Atlantic man advantage, as Tampa can't win a faceoff here in their own zone on the PK.
That's another thing that has been really vindicative of this night, is they just can't win the puck to start the game. And when you're playing behind, it really shows. And fortunately, it's hard to get creative and come back and put a goal in the back of the net when you're playing like that, but they'll certainly give it everything they have.
Another faceoff won by Florida Atlantic, but it looks like it was won illegally possibly, as we're going to get a couple penalties that might come out of this one.
Just a lot of frustration boiling over here.
So I think that the initial penalty was against
illegal move on the faceoff.
I think, yeah, for using the hand on the faceoff.
Yeah.
I think that's what the initial penalty is, but there's going to be a Tampa penalty as well. It's going to probably wipe it out. Yeah. So Douglas Randall's going to sit for illegally playing the puck with his hand off the faceoff. But there's going to be a matching penalty from Tampa. They got Caminiti in the box for roughing.
So offsetting penalties will give us a look at 4-on-4 action. Believe it or not, first time we've seen 4-on-4 action all night. What are you thinking? What are you looking forward to seeing here, Henry?
Well, it's actually going to be 5-on-4 to start with, because those penalties for both teams kind of just canceled out. So I think we might be seeing I think it might be 4-on-4 though after this 44 seconds on the power play expires.
Gotcha.
Referees are trying to make sure they have it straight too, though, right now. So
I can imagine there's been a lot of stuff to write down in that refereeing notebook.
So yeah, we're 5-on-4 now in favor of Florida Atlantic for the next 44 seconds. Another faceoff won by the Owls. Biller holds, and he'll give it on over to Owens, who gives it right back. Biller and Owens will play catch at the top of the zone. Saucer pass for Biller, could not connect as Tampa's trying to force a turnover.
Nice job avoiding the pressure there by those Owls.
20 seconds remaining in the Florida Atlantic power play. Owens with it now. Playing catch on a cross. The shot was blocked on the way in. Palancin will get a cover. And it looks like everyone will skate away from this one. Got 6 seconds remaining in the Tampa penalty kill. A lot of tired bodies. These guys have been spending a lot of time in their own zone defending the last, few minutes of the second period.
Could really go back to this whole period, Henry.
Yeah.
Can't remember the last UT shot I've seen.
Yeah, a lot of that has come as a result of taking some bad penalties.
Yeah, quite a few. But we still got a whole 6 minutes to play here in the second and a whole other period of hockey after that. Plenty of time for these University of Tampa Spartans to get back in the game.
That puck looked like it was caught up in those sweet threads from Florida Atlantic.
Talk about some sweet threads. Well, now, if you had to pick, are you going to go with a referee jersey? I give you $100. Which jersey are you going to buy? Are you going to buy the referee jersey, the FAU jersey, or the UT? Where were you going?
I think I got to go with the referee. You got to stay like a neutral party.
Exactly.
So.
I think we have two neutral parties right up here in the booth.
Of course. For sure. Yeah. We just call it how it is. We're just fans of the game at the end of the day.
Big fans of the game, folks. That's all.
So Florida Atlantic back at even strength now, as it's getting 5 aside for the first time in a while. And a wraparound try was disrupted there. Trying to get it clear there was McMillan for Tampa as it comes back out to center. And we'll see if Tampa's able to establish any sort of forecheck now, trailing by 3. Back on this puck now is DeFalco, as Tampa's going to try to string together a couple of passes here. Hoisted back through the neutral zone. So Lehrhout will throw it wide of the net. DeFalco lays a hit along the boards, and he's going to get a penalty for that one. Didn't look like a whole lot was in that one, but they're going to get a check from behind, it looks like.
Yeah, not really sure what they saw on that one there, Henry.
I think
pretty textbook to me.
It looks like they're signaling for a check to the head, but, you know, I don't know. I've seen worse than that called.
I've seen quite a bit worse, especially here in the CHS.
Yeah, so we saw the referees letting them play early on, but kind of trying to crack down to keep this game in check. So I can kind of see where the referees are coming from, trying to keep this game under control. So Florida Atlantic is going to go right back on the power play. We've seen a ton of penalties early on. Both sides have gotten some looks on the power play, but Florida Atlantic's been the only one to cash in on the man advantage so far, and they just keep winning. They are just dominating the face-off dots right now.
Yeah, it's almost like playing NHL against your little brother. I mean, there's no way you're going to lose the puck.
So Florida Atlantic establishes the zone again here on the power play. Davidson is checked there in the corner. Weir is battling along the wall, and he gets it on back to his partner, Friedman, the Owls captain. He's got the most recent goal. Israel feeding it on across.
Nice feed through. Does he even know he's got it? He does.
Yep, Palangin will cover and get a whistle.
It seemed to trickle its way there through to.
And we've got a minute 29 to go on this Owls power play. So make sure you stay with us for game 2 of our semifinal doubleheader, as we've got a war on I-4, UCF and USF taking place, with the winner going on to face the winner of this game in tomorrow's championship game. So Florida Atlantic getting that power play wound up again. It's Weir over the line. Drops on back and cut off there by the Spartans, but unable to get a possession yet. As Florida Atlantic takes it right back, and a big hit over there at the circles. The Tampa bench is loving that, trying to get some energy going on this penalty kill. Couple of passes strung together as Florida Atlantic remains in possession. It's Friedman quarterbacking this power play. Friedman gets one center point. Big block shot. Sprawling out on that play. Trying to see who that was. It looked like it was Nicholas McMillan on the sprawling out on the block shot there. It's held on over. A lot of room to shoot with it. Dangling there is Weir. A backhand
nice
shot.
Fake by Weir.
Misses the net, and another delayed penalty coming up here against Tampa.
Looked like he faked out the whole stadium.
Extra attacker is out now. Israel a shot. Save made by Palangin, and we're going to get another 5-on-3 power play for Florida Atlantic for 21 seconds. So we're going to get another.
I mean this with all the respect I can, but we made a point earlier about the face-off circle, and it feels like you're playing your little brother. I mean, that's got to really kind of feel how this game is for FAU.
Yeah, for sure. Now we've got another penalty. It's Eric Lauhout going off for 2 minutes.
Is that the, 9th, 10th penalty of this period?
Yeah, the Tampa bench is getting in the ear right now of the referee crew right now. I mean, I can't say that I really blame them. I mean, they've been behind on the ice, like the man advantage. Some of these 50-50 calls have really gone against them so far.
Definitely.
There's been a few calls that have definitely been against Tampa, but, you know, this bench is getting frustrated, trailing by 3. Couple saves in tight there by Palangin, and he's going to get a cover, and the Tampa bench is livid now with the Owls player. I couldn't tell who that was, in on top of Palangin.
Lot of howling there from that University of Tampa bench. Not happy with that call one bit.
Yeah, a couple of former players on the Tampa bench. That's head coach Jack Walsh and his assistant Carter Haynes getting in him in the referee's ear. Those two were teammates not too long ago on the Tampa D2 team.
And that's another thing you got to love about the game, Henry. No matter how old you are, there's always a spot for you in this game, whether it be on the bench, on the ice, or wearing one of those sweet lifeguard referee jerseys. There's always a place in the game of hockey for you.
Yeah, it's one of the great things about this Tampa team. A lot of their former players get involved in the coaching staff now. So we got a minute 20 to go on this Florida Atlantic power play.
Wow,
and
what a
score.
shot from Israel. Holy moly. That was a nice shot. I mean, right up in front of the goalie.
So David Israel doubles down now, and he's got 2 goals.
Polanski's been almost perfect this whole period, but it's kind of hard to stop the inevitable as David Israel bags his second goal of the night on a sweet wrist shot from the top of the point.
Yeah, and you've got really no chance against this Florida Atlantic team if you keep, taking penalties like this. And it looks like somebody's going to call no timeout. I guess everyone's just making a full change. But, yeah, Tampa, they've been in this game. Like, they haven't been bad. It's like the undisciplined play and having to play so much of this second period of man down is really catching up to them right now.
Yeah, it feels to me like almost like that snowball rolling down the mountain, It starts out real small, but then you keep giving away these penalties. You keep, not taking advantage of the chance that you have. And next thing you know, you have a snow boulder.
So we'll see if Tampa's able to get anything going now. And if they can keep the play at 5-on-5, I'm sure they would prefer that. McMillan has ridden off the puck there.
Oh, right through the legs of McMillan. You got to be ready to finish that one off.
Nice stretch pass there. Backhand shot on goal, and a save was made there by Palangin. And everyone will come together now with 2 minutes to go, as Florida Atlantic's holding on to a 4-0 lead. David Israel's got a pair of goals.
Yeah, 2 goals from David Israel, one there from Matthias Weir, and then Captain Jacob Friedman back the other one. But really, I got to say, I'm just really displeased with the discipline here from University of Tampa. They had plenty of opportunities to stay out of the box. However, like you're saying, a couple calls kind of seem to go against them, but that's the way that the game goes sometimes.
Yeah, and like you said, like a few bad ones, you're going to start losing the benefit of the doubt a little bit from the referees.
And then you get caught behind the play, with your hands in somebody's pockets. That's not going to look good to the referees either. So tried to go right down Broadway, but UT stopped him in his tracks. Here comes Davidson again. Just can't find the handle on it. Puck stays in the zone, though.
A nice block shot there as UT's able to get it back out to center as they're approaching the final minute of play of this middle period. Florida Atlantic with 2 goals in the second after 2 goals in the first, holding on to a 4-0 lead as it's Owens a shot pass, more like it, going towards the net as we enter the final minute of play of this second period. Telling a shot up high, deflected on goal, and a save was made there by Palangin. A nice redirect out in front. Yeah, after these little skirmishes in front of the net, you're almost expecting a penalty to come out of it.
I know, you're kind of surprised when the referee's arms stay down. So, almost home here in the second period. Henry, what would you say your takeaways are?
The better team is winning right now, and they're the more veteran team compared to Tampa. They gave it to them in their first 2 chances earlier in the season, and they're kind of doing the same right now, kind of flexing that they're one of the serious teams here in College Hockey South Division 2.
Yeah, certainly flexing their muscles here on, you could call Muscle Beach.
Oh yes, another stoppage in play now, as the play is offside.
Wow,
at the Tampa line.
Yeah, I got to say, folks, this has been quite the long hockey game here. I mean, first period, plenty of stoppages to play, and we certainly haven't missed our share of stoppages to play here in the second. We'll see what the third brings.
Yeah, no, it'd be interesting to see what the face-off totals ended up with all the penalties and stoppages.
Goodness.
So
yeah.
So one last chance here for one team or another to try and get the next goal. Florida Atlantic's really dominated the second half of the period as they spent a lot of it up by a man after killing off a couple of Tampa power plays earlier on. The last second chance now is Friedman in alone. The save was made there. They score on the rebound.
What a goal on the follow-up.
It's Weir on the rebound from Friedman. And it's 5-0 Florida Atlantic with 1.4 seconds left.
1.4 seconds left. That is crazy. What a goal.
Yeah, complete backbreaker too. Like 4-0, you're probably out of it, but 5's just a whole nother ball game now. and especially right at the end of the period too. Those goals in the first minute of the period and the last minute of the period are real
Those are the ones that
backbreakers.
kill you. Just like that, second period comes to a close. Florida Atlantic University 5, University of Tampa 0.
Yeah, tough period there for the Spartans, especially in the second half of that second period. Down by a man for a lot of it. But we just hope that in the third period, everyone can keep their cool, and that everyone is able to stay composed and everything. That hopefully this thing doesn't get out of hand.
Certainly, Henry. If I'm the University of Tampa coach, I'm going in there and I'm asking my guys, hey, why don't we play a period of hockey of 5-on-5? You know,
right.
What a crazy idea. I'm just really surprised at some of the penalties and just the amount of stoppages of play and just extracurricular things that are going on. Kind of forget we're at a tournament here sometimes. It seems like we're playing in somebody's backyard the way this chippiness is just getting out of control.
Yeah, the choppy nature of this game has been really hurting Tampa so far. But
that is college hockey for you, though.
Yeah, we got college kids out here, man. It's going to happen sometimes. So after 40 minutes of play of our first semifinal game, we've got the Florida Atlantic Owls leading 5-0. Stay with us for the third period of action. Florida Atlantic's leading 5-0 over Tampa.
Mike's coming up.
Hello and welcome back to the inaugural edition of the Battle of the Beach tournament here in Tampa, Florida. We've got the Tampa Spartans trailing 5-0 in the semifinal of the Florida Atlantic. My name is Henry Yoho alongside my friend Joey Lockman. Joey, what are you looking forward to seeing here in this third period?
Well, I think we can go either one of two ways, Henry. We can either have a real scrappy third period where no teams really care about the scoreline, or we could see some hard skating here from UT and see them get back in the game. I am pulling for the latter, but I wouldn't be disappointed if we saw the first either.
And a chance back the other way for Florida Atlantic. And they pick up right where they left off in the second period.
I can't even get my first point out, and they got a shot on net. Kind of sums up the night so far.
Absolutely. So let's hope that everyone's able to keep it clean here in this final period, as it looks like Florida Atlantic's probably on the way to the championship game tomorrow.
Yeah, and if you're FAU, you got to be feeling really good coming into this third period. I mean, that must have been a nice, fun 15 minutes in the locker room, cut some jokes up, talk to your guys, and then get on out here and take home a W.
A chance for Valencia. Backhand shot missed the net. Sean Joyce tried turning one on goal and unable to get a shot on net. Play is picked off there by Gelman coming off the bench. And Gelman's unable to.
Had a tough time trying to get by his own man there. One man coming on the ice, one man going off.
Here's a chance, a shot, rang it off the outside of the post to Steiner.
How do they not put that home?
And still looking for a shot on goal here to start this third period.
And that one's up and out of play. Wow, I mean, I think that's maybe the third or fourth time where the Spartans have done a great job getting into the zone, and they get that pass over, but just can't put it home.
Yeah, you gotta say, at least Tampa, despite trailing 5-0, they're still bringing energy here.
As I say, the scoreline could very easily be 3-3 right now.
Yeah, certainly, and Tampa's just lacked that finishing ability that Florida Atlantic's had so far in this one.
And that's always something that's got me about the game of hockey. You say, is it their finishing ability, or is it really the luck, just not having the puck luck bouncing your way?
Yeah, a lot's been going the way of Florida Atlantic so far as Watson holds that puck in at the blue line.
Yeah, if I'm FAU, I'm buying a couple lottery tickets on the way home. Talk about good luck tonight.
And Balsamo's shot is saved and eaten up there by Palangin. Florida Atlantic leading 5-0.
So just a little bit under a minute and a half here into the final period here of the night.
Florida Atlantic continuing to dominate in the faceoff circle. That's where they've been starting off all of their possessions, it seems.
Wow, nice feed up front. Just couldn't find the handle on the shot. Almost had a 6th goal there.
Jumping up on that play, trying to get it out was McMillan. Couldn't do so. Turned over now.
How about that FAU forecheck?
Davidson, a feed out in front. A save was made there.
Almost get rewarded with the goal.
A good play there, just to chip it out of the zone.
Yeah, that's really what they needed. I mean, almost seemed like a whole minute or two there in the offensive zone.
So icing here against Florida Atlantic, and it will come back down into their end now. So like we mentioned earlier, the loser of this contest will end up playing in a third-place game, with the loser of that third-place game no longer being invited back for next year's edition at the Battle at the Beach. So Tampa, if they end up in that game, we'll still have a lot to play for in this weekend.
Definitely, Henry. If I'm a player on that University of Tampa lineup, I'm really starting to think about tomorrow night. I mean, this game really seems like it's already out of hand, just the way that we've kind of been dominated all night here by the Owls. Already got your sights set on tomorrow night's third-place game.
Brought up now by Cowart as Tampa's unable to get possession in the offensive zone. Hoffman there pressuring. Hoffberg, that is, excuse me. coming back the other way now is Owens on the rush.
3-on-2.
Gives it on back to Israel to Owens. A shot.
Oh,
He
what a
scores!
goal! My goodness, that was a perfect 3-on-2 execution there. They put it in the back of the net, and it's 6-0 FAU Owls.
Yeah, great exchange there from Israel and Owens off the rush. Owens, the leading scorer for Florida Atlantic on the season, and he's got a goal now, and it is 6-0 Florida Atlantic. I mean, that was some sweet passing, though, off the rush, though.
That was really nice. Like their first goal they scored. Really seemed like something that they did in morning skate that just translates over really well. One man throws it on to the other, pulls the defense to the side, flicks it back, and he finds the net.
So we're 3 minutes in this third period. Florida Atlantic holding on to the big lead.
Nice tape-to-tape pass there by FAU. Can't make it clear all the way, but it's those patterns of play that have really stood out to me all night tonight. Really trying to use every bit of the ice, far side, near side, everywhere. Just trying to move these Spartans around and get that puck where they're not.
Yeah, and if you're Tampa right now, the reality is that you're probably not going to be coming back in this game. They want to try and get some positive momentum going for tomorrow, and we've got a penalty coming up here against Tampa.
Got to be looked like maybe an elbow there on Israel.
So we've got a roughing penalty up against Tampa.
I can tell you, Henry, those University of Tampa coaches are not happy one bit. And a little bit of a soft call there, I got to say. It really light hit there on Israel, and that guy's about 6'5" anyway. So it's going to take quite a bit to get him off his skates. But either way, penalty nonetheless.
So it'll be Aiden Rodriguez sitting in the Tampa penalty box as Florida Atlantic goes on the power play, and they're winning the faceoff again to start the power play. It's Friedman with it now, giving it on back to Weir. This Tampa penalty kill's gotten a lot of action, especially in the second half of this game so far. It's Friedman, a one-timer, and this
good block up front.
Flex off into the corner. Friedman gets it back now. It's held over by Israel on a cross. They score!
Wow. Tic-tac-toe there, Henry. Not much else you can say. And it's turning into a little bit of a rout here.
And it was Weir getting that goal, too. 7-0, another power play goal for Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic on these power plays have had a couple of sweet one-timers that have found the top bin so far. So, you know, they're leading big and looking good while doing so.
And I want to say that's Weir's third goal of the night. He's got the hat trick.
Is that right?
I want to say. Either way, everybody in this FAU lineup has been skating really well tonight. And the quality shows with the 7 goals that they have. My goodness, just quite a night for the FAU Owls.
Yeah, and a big turning point was all those power plays that they had in the second period as their top guys were getting so much time on the ice, getting confidence out there. So
it's one thing having your top guys out there, but it's another thing having them out there when they're on the power play.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, we'll see how Tampa responds here. Trailing by 7 now here in this third period. Played off the glass and back down. This is not going to go for icing. Kane will throw it into the Florida Atlantic zone. It's Steiner now coming off the Tampa bench, and he'll shoot it into the zone. Battling there was Hoffberg in the corner, unable to win that puck battle as the Owls will come away with it again like they have so much of the night so far.
Yeah, whichever the side of the ice they're on, Henry, that seems like the side of the ice that I'm looking at for most of the period.
John Kane wheeling with it now, tries to dangle and loses possession. And the Owls bring it back the other way. A feed out in front, a backhand shot, and a save made there, and a big hit back behind the net.
Hit. I'm feeling that one up here in the booth.
Catone rips a shot and a nice glove save. Snared out of the air by
There's maybe a little
Pelagian.
bit of meaning on that hit there, Henry. Maybe just a little bit.
Hey man, if you're trailing 7-0, you know these guys are trying to send some sort of message.
You gotta throw an elbow or two if you can, right?
I know, right? Yeah, hopefully at least the penalties at least can remain to a minimum as we, count these final minutes down in this third period.
Will certainly be a consolation prize for the Spartans after a tough night like this.
Hey, well, they're gonna have to recollect themselves and get back at it tomorrow, or if they wanna come back here again next year.
That's for sure. 24 hours from now, they'll be playing for the right to be here tomorrow, or excuse me, next year.
That's right. Stefalco with it in the corner, feeding it out in front. Could not connect.
Maybe just a little bit too much on that one there.
Pelagian out of his net.
Wow.
Avoids the danger. Okay there.
Smooth operator there by David Pelagian.
Sent back the other way. It's dropped on back now for McDonough. A feed out in front. Wraparound try. Could not get the shot on goal there. Puck is in the corner as everyone finally tracks it down. Wow. And on ahead, it's Israel with it now. Israel lugging the puck through center, and a little wrist shot on goal is held by Pelagian, and he will get a whistle.
I think he's got to have at least double-digit shots on net tonight. I mean, he has really been the whole Owls offense. Everything seems to run through him. And then if he's got the puck and there's nobody in front of him, we'll just stick handles away and take a shot on net. Why not? 2 of them have scored so far tonight.
Yeah, especially with his team spending as much power play time as they have. Faceoff's won by Tampa. It's hoisted back out to center. Looking back for it was Lehrhaupt.
Nice win there in the neutral zone.
Israel back on it for Florida Atlantic. It's hoisted back out to center as it looks like the Owls just looking to hoist it up and out of their zone every time that Tampa tries to get it back in there.
Trying to catch the goaltender there asleep. Not sure what that one was doing.
And puck was played there by a high stick in the neutral zone.
If I got to be honest here, Henry, the 7-0 scoreline, it doesn't really tell the tale of how this game has gone so far. I mean, in one way, yes, they did have basically a whole period on the penalty kill there, did University of Tampa, but they've been skating really hard. They've been doing all the little things right, trying to get those pucks on net, and you can see the formula there. Everything is there, just that final execution just not cutting it.
Yeah, no, you can't fault their effort at all. It's been like the finishing hasn't been there. The
really the puck luck too.
Yeah, and the penalties obviously
and maybe
have not
some luck
helped
with the refereeing.
Yeah, the penalties have not helped. They're losing the battles on the face-off circle.
That's really where
that puck is fired into the Florida Atlantic bench. So we've got 12:24 to the finish line here of this one. Immediately following this game, we're going to have UCF and USF with the winner we expect to play against Florida Atlantic in tomorrow night's championship game.
Yeah, don't go anywhere, folks. We do have our CHS Game of the Week coming up after this. The USF Ice Bulls taking on the UCF Knights.
Penalty back here behind the play. And there are a few guys there exchanging shots. I don't know who they're going to pull out of it, but
things getting real chippy out there in front of that Owls bench.
And it looks like that's going to be it for the night for Nicholas McMillan following that exchange. Yeah, at this point.
Yeah, tough to keep a cool head if you're McMillan. He really is one of the ones that stood out to me from up here in the booth. He's kind of carried his team, done everything he could for them, winning all the pucks, skating really hard, getting in front of the puck, making blocks, and sometimes get a little bit heated when that kind of stuff happens.
Yeah, we're going to see how this shakes out. It looks like it's going to be it for the night for McMillan. And, he was going off. He had, a bit of a bloody face there.
And they're really getting rid of him here.
So they just got an unsportsmanlike on Ryan Murphy, the Tampa captain.
Well, it's a good thing these penalties don't carry over into the third place game, that's for sure. Because they might be playing that game with only 3 men. A big slam of the door there from McMillan.
So the referees are relaying the penalty information here at the scorer's box.
And, you got your notepad ready there, Henry? Because I think this is going to be a long one.
Yeah, so we've got one man in the Florida Atlantic box. That looks like the only penalty up on the board for the time being. I think we had a couple of misconducts against Tampa. So I'm not totally sure how they came to this conclusion, but we're going to have a Tampa power play here at 5-on-4. I think the initial penalty was against Florida Atlantic.
Come on, FAU, but it was the reaction.
It was the extra stuff that got Tampa, like the misconduct penalties, I guess,
Definitely.
which are a bit offsetting here. So
we'll
Tampa's
be
got
able
a power
to see
play.
them here back tomorrow. Is that a suspension that comes with that as well?
I don't think so. I think that these. Oh, they
Oh,
scored.
hey, how about
that?
They break the deadlock.
I
about that?
Yeah, I was going to say.
University of Tampa snags a goal there on the power play. How about that?
Well, that's Lehrhaupt with the redirect out in front. I thought the referees were going to get together and talk about a high stick. They're kind of talking about it now at center.
I'll have to take a look. That goal kind of seemed to come out of nowhere. Everybody in the arena saw the stick way up in the air.
Yeah,
we'll see if the referees saw it as well.
They're calling it a good goal on the ice. So Tampa's going to finally get on the board. They've got a power play goal.
You know, when your little brother scores a goal, even if it's a bad one, it's hard to take it away from him, isn't it?
Yeah, so, I thought they might call it back for a high stick. It was pretty close on the redirect, but it was a really nice deflection, though.
Yeah.
So, Tampa's got something to show for it now. They got 7-1, and like we mentioned earlier, something to build on,
for tomorrow. This into tomorrow night, exactly.
So Tampa is on the board. It's Eric Lehrhaupt getting the goal for the Spartans. We'll see if they're able to string anything together now. Another part of that goal for Tampa, too, is that was on their power play, which had been struggling as well. We've got Nick McMillan now back on the Tampa bench now. It looked like he might have just gone off to get some repairs to that face that got a little beaten up on that play.
Yeah, I did see him grabbing the cage quite a bit. That's something you really got to be careful with here, especially when tenders are running as high as they are.
Back on this puck now is Thomas Adonacio. Icing is waved off on this play. McAvina could not get it out as Joyce forces a turnover, but was unable to keep possession. Lugged back up by McAvina. He hands on over for Owens. His shot up high, and a save was made there by Palangin.
Nice backhand feed there. Something we really haven't seen a whole lot from the other guys. Really, you'd love to see some pretty passing and getting your guys into open space instead of just throwing pucks on net, but nice slide there.
And Tampa will elect to just hoist it back out to center and complete a change. 10 minutes to go here in the third period. Trace Cowart with it up ice as that play was cut off there by David Israel. We've been saying his name a lot so far, and he's going to bring the attack the other way for Owens. Owens puts on the brakes. A nice stick lift there by Kane. And Tampa will bring it back the other way. It's Gelman with it over the line now, trying to dangle to the inside. He is cut off. A backhand shot on goal, and a nice save had to be made there by Stevens.
Nice blocker save there by Stevens.
Back at center, it's Kane now with it. Kane will toss it in around the red line area. Back come the Owls with it. It's Israel. Centering feed for Weir. His shot missed high and got the glass. Friedman comes through now for the Owls. Friedman to the inside. A shot. His save is made there by
it's all the way
Belangin.
up front.
Israel gives it on over. And it's poked out the other way now. Bringing it back is the other way. It's
2
Lyon.
on 1.
He's got Gelman with him. A 2-on-1. Lyon feeding in front.
He
They
takes it
score!
himself. What a goal! What a goal off the rush for University of Tampa. Just like that, they cut the lead to 5 at 7-2.
So Reagan Lyon makes it a 7-2 game now for the Spartans, as Tampa's got 2 goals in a row now in relatively short order. This one at 5-on-5.
That was a nice goal there by Lyon. I really like, you see Israel in the middle, doesn't go down. Now, that's what you always watch for in the 2-on-1, for the defenseman to get down, stop the pass. He doesn't even wait for that. He goes right to the goal, puts it in short side, and the UT has another goal.
Yeah, and I'm not sure he even really got a clean shot away there. Just had the puck going towards the net and ended up getting, you know, a...
Hey, at the end of the day there, yo-ho, they all count the same.
Yeah, man, they don't ask how, they ask how many, and Tampa's got 2 now to show for it here in this third period as they're starting to gain some confidence. DeFalco's shot
trickles
the
out.
Save was made there by Stevens.
Certainly has been a momentum shift here in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, these guys are starting to gain some confidence right now, and, you know, getting that power play goal earlier certainly helps that cause.
And as you said earlier, Henry, that's definitely something for them to take into tomorrow night's third place matchup.
Yeah, when you get down big in the third period, you kind of start looking ahead a little bit. How can you, start to feel good about where your game is at right now? And icing is called here against Florida Atlantic, so Tampa's going to get another offensive zone faceoff, trying to string something together here.
Just under 8 minutes to go here in the third period. As we talked about before, we knew we were going to see either one of two things. A whole lot of extracurriculars or some good hockey. I think we got some really good hockey here, Henry. How about you?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, both teams gotten on the scoreboard, I believe 2 times apiece so far in this third period. So for Tampa, at least right now, a consolation prize can be at least winning this third period. Trace Cowart trying to get away from danger there. Safara with it for Tampa. Gotten back out to center and sent right back into the Tampa zone. As Florida Atlantic's going to get in on that forecheck now. Stretch pass on ahead. Lair helped the Tampa goal scorer earlier, and a big hit there at center. And Caminiti will send this puck into the Florida Atlantic bench. So face-off will stay here in the neutral zone.
Yeah, if you're on that University of Tampa bench, you got to be real happy with the way your guys have kind of changed things around here in the third period. Still trailing by quite a few goals, but it's in this tournament, it's really not about that. It's about how you come back tomorrow and if you can stay here to be in the Battle of the Beach next year.
Yeah, Tampa's definitely got to be feeling better about where their game's at right now as they head into tomorrow. A big shot on is blocked, and it goes up and over the netting here and out of play.
I think that might be the craziest deflection I've ever seen. That puck almost hit the ceiling.
Hey, you got to do something special to get it over this netting that we have here.
If only you could do something special and get it in the back of the net, right?
Yes.
It's all right. I was never able to do that either. That's why I'm up here in the broadcast booth with you, brother.
Yeah, you know, what can you do? We've seen Tampa find the back of the net 2 times in a row now, and they're looking for a third.
Dangerous play there by Carter Stevens. Talk about skating on thin ice, brother.
Yeah, Gunnar Stevens had to make a big stop there as Tampa's kind of been surging these last few minutes.
poking and prying and just seeing whatever which way they can get that piece of rubber in the back of the net.
And this puck is hoisted back out to center as Cowart's on it. Coward, a little backhand feed, could not connect there with Sean Joyce, as Joyce will poke it on ahead now. It's Israel lugging it through center. Florida Atlantic has just been getting the clean breakouts.
Goodness.
They have not been turning it over in their own end.
Slides through the zone there, Henry.
Nice stick there by Valencia to steer it back out to center, unable to win the race in.
Another thing that stood out to me all night, it's the constant communication there for the Owls. Whether it be guys on the ice or guys on the bench, everybody is telling everybody else what the hell is going on, and that's really got to be helpful.
Here's another chance for Tampa now. A chance out in front. Gelman couldn't get his stick on that bouncing puck. Rodriguez will chop it into an area. And now it's Gelman with it the other way for Tampa. Gelman drops it on off for Hofberg. Gelman gets it right back, feeding it out in front, looking for Hofberg. And a little extra pass there, could not get a shot on goal. Backhanded towards the net.
Man, another good shot on net.
You know, Tampa's really been kind of surging since getting that confidence going
another
early on.
Another good shot on net.
Side of the net was Hofberg, could not get it on goal. It's Gelman pivoting away with it now. A backhand feed out in front. A one-timer was fanned on there.
Miss.
Rodriguez with a nice play to pivot away from danger. Yeah, Florida Atlantic hasn't really been looking to push as much in this third period up big, but here they come now. Owens drops it off for a shot, and the save was made there. It's Watson holding it at the blue line. Back behind the net, feet out in front looking for Owens, and that shot was blocked. And it's Hofberg now for Tampa, and he's unable to get it out.
Man.
Shot on goal, and a save is swallowed up there by the pillows of Palangin. 7-2. We've got 44 minutes and 44 seconds to go in this third period of our first semifinal game of this inaugural edition of College Hockey South's Battle at the Beach, hosted here in Wesley
Speaking
Chapel.
Of that, Henry, really happy with the atmosphere here so far. The stadium's starting to fill up a little bit. We got some more folks coming in. Got to imagine everybody's getting ready for that game of the week coming up next with USF and UCF. But still, it's been a really impressive atmosphere here so far. And I really love the little touches, like the jerseys the teams have on, the jerseys the referees got on, really making this Battle of the Beach feel like something special.
Yeah, absolutely. This is such a great exhibition of like College Hockey South, college hockey here in the state of Florida. These schools, really getting to showcase, what they're all about here.
Exactly.
And so it's been, a great start to the tournament so far. And I'm sure that, College Hockey South as a conference and AAU College Hockey is really proud of this event so far.
And they have every right to be. It's been a fantastic event to be a part of.
Friedman with another shot there, and a save was made there as Brockett's got it now at center for the Owls.
Speaking of that event, I want to give a special thanks to our premier sponsor here for the Battle of the Beach tournament. Thank you to Global Synthetic Ice for sponsoring our tournament. Really some of the best sheets of synthetic ice you'll find out there on the market. Ooh. Speaking of finding things out there on the market,
yeah, Weir's got another one.
Has another, and that's got to be a hat trick now for sure. Well, it's scoreline reads 8-2 now. It's been a whole lot of FAU here all night. But as we've been saying, these Spartans have done a good job to stay in the game thus far, not hanging their heads one bit, still skating after every puck, giving it everything they got. And as we say, they'll be back here tomorrow ready for that third place matchup.
Yeah, Florida Atlantic, these guys have been ripping the puck all night so far. And, Tampa had the last 2 goals to that point. So they're able to get one back. It's 8-2. Now a Florida Atlantic, as they came into this tournament as the favorites, and it looks like they're going to be in tomorrow's championship game, and we'll see if it's either against UCF or USF tomorrow.
Oh, my goodness. I thought he had it once, maybe twice there.
Yeah, a couple of sweet dangles there as Florida Atlantic's really putting on a clinic in this one. Ooh. The referee goes down, and so does the GoPro.
It's an expensive piece of equipment right there, buddy. I don't want to see anybody skate over that. Here he comes with a light hand to pick it up. Look at that. Referees taking care of one another.
Boy, we got bodies flying everywhere right now.
Which way?
Everyone's just trying to get to the finish line of this one. It's been a bit of a long game, especially for the Tampa end. Israel gives it across, and it's a shot. Misses wide, leaves a dent in the end boards. So we've got just over 2 minutes to go. Florida Atlantic is well on their way to the championship game.
Wow, nice
shot
backhand
on goal.
feed.
Save had to be made there by Pelangin. You know, despite giving up 8 in this one, Pelangin's, held up his end. He's been fine in the Tampa net. Not a whole lot you can pin on him, especially with how much Tampa's played shorthanded in front of him.
I think he's seen at least 50 shots tonight there, Henry.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to check on the total after this one. Nice redirect in front there, coming from Beraldi.
Yet again, the Spartans can't find a way out of their own zone.
So we've got 90 seconds to go here. So we've got UCF.
And there's
goal.
another. Just when you thought you were out, they pull you back in. How about those Owls? That's the 9th goal on the night.
Yeah, it's Dante Balsamo with that one.
Everybody's getting in on the act here.
And for Balsamo, that's his first goal of the season, giving Florida Atlantic a 7-goal lead here as they go up 9-2. So I was about to say, we've got UCF and USF in our second game of the semifinal going to play Florida Atlantic tomorrow. What are you looking forward to in that matchup?
I'm really looking forward to seeing how these two teams get back up against each other. That's a big, big rivalry there, Henry, especially one to watch out for in the CHS. And especially now that these two teams, they've actually entered different conferences in football and other sports, so they don't see each other a whole lot. But this really gives those Ice Bulls a chance to get back at those Knights and vice versa for the Knights.
Yeah, I think we're hoping all around that the second game is a little tighter than this first one is. I expected it will be, as this one kind of got out of hand.
I did too. I thought we were going to have a dogfight here. And as we said earlier, the scoreline, well, at least a couple minutes ago, could have very easily been 3-3. Now it's 9-2, and just that's the way hockey goes sometimes. The puck bounces the other guy's way. You get caught in the box and you can't get out. It's pretty much been the story of University of Tampa's night so far. Yeah,
and like we said before, Florida Atlantic came in as the clear favorite, and they've been really living up to that so far through this first game. But, they're going to want to come home with a trophy. Just this one game is not going to be enough for them. They're expected to win the whole thing. So
I mean, for me, you scored 9 goals across 2 games. You should win both of the games. So I'm surprised to see how they do tomorrow night, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing who they'll be going up against.
Yeah, hopefully for their sake, they've saved a couple of goals, too. They're going to need a few tomorrow.
That's right. Don't spend all your money in one spot now, right?
Absolutely. You got to save a little. There's another game tomorrow.
That was my problem, Henry. Anytime I got my allowance, went right to the gas station and bought everything I could right then and right there. Couldn't even spell save, much less save $1.
Yeah, I was going to say, nothing in the piggy bank there, eh? So final seconds ticking off this one. Cleared out of trouble there.
And that'll
Watson
just
holding it in.
About do it, folks.
So that's going to do it for game 1. Here at the Battle at the Beach. Florida Atlantic is on to tomorrow night's championship game. They'll take on the winner of UCF and USF. Tampa will face off against the winner of UCF and USF, with the loser of that contest going home and not coming back here next year for the second edition of the Battle at the Beach. So, Joey, what did you think of this first game overall here?
Henry, I got to say, I'm really surprised. I did not think we were going to see a scoreline so lopsided like this. I mean, still 2 great hockey teams. And when you watch the actual game, the score didn't really feel like it was that far away. It felt like a really close game all the way throughout. Just the quality up front for FAU shined through for me. And that difference that those good players, and as you said earlier, getting your good players out on the power play, the difference that can make for your team, especially offensively, that's what gives you a 7-goal lead and gives you a 9-2 winning scoreline.
Yeah, and this is the 3rd time that Florida Atlantic's beaten this Tampa D2 team this year, so they really have their number so far, and Florida Atlantic improves to 7-1-1 on the season.
Definitely, definitely. Looking forward to the game of the week for CHS coming up next here on CHS YouTube. We got the UCF Knights taking on the USF Ice Bulls. I'm Joey Lockman.
Yep, and I'm Henry Ojos. Thanks so much for joining us here for Game 1. Make sure to stick with our crew as we're going to have coverage of Game 2 right here. So, final score in this one, Florida Atlantic Owls 9, the Tampa Spartans 2. Florida Atlantic is moving on to tomorrow night's championship game. As we said before, I'm Henry Ojo alongside my friend Joey Lockman. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Make sure to stick around for Game 2.